Welcome back. You're still watching Your Story on SA Today. Now, the African Transformation Movement today introduced its 9 premier candidates ahead of the 2019 elections. The party was formed last year by the South African Council of Messianic Churches in Christ. And to tell us a little bit more about that, I'm now joined by its president, Mr. Violetu Zungula, and Jimmy Manyi. Manyi. I was just about, before I got a slip, who formerly with the ANC but chose to join this party.
I saw the light.
You saw the light?
Yes.
Well, you've come to introduce your president to us,
yes.
So do so, and we can chat about these 9 premier candidates.
I just want to say to you and to South Africa, I'm here presenting the youngest president ever from a non-political background, which gives us an edge because we're so sick and tired of these politicians which you can't trust. So we're bringing now somebody fresh from the community that is here to drive South Africa. Over to you, Violetu Zungula.
Okay, Mr. President, today you introduced 9 premier candidates. Mm-hmm. What were the qualities that these candidates bring? What did you see in them? Who are they?
What we looked at are the people that have the interests of the people at heart, because the issue with where we are as a country, we lack politicians that act in the best interest of the people. That was the most important quality that we looked for. It's 9 people, Eric Mtombeni for Gauteng, Velisam Venya for the Eastern Cape. There's quite a lot, but we'll issue out a statement with all the 9 candidates.
All right, so have you managed to poach people from other parties in the same way that you attracted Mzwanele here?
Our values are the ones that attract people to come to the ATM. Like he just said, he saw the light. Because the country has been led by politicians who keep lying and lying, particularly when it's close to elections. So the people through the ATM decided to take a stand and represent themselves in the governance of the country. So by that, there's a lot of people coming from various political parties that are joining the ATM in numbers.
All right. And is this party growing, Zanele?
In leaps and bounds. And it's not only just church people, it's also community people, it's also traditional leaders with their constituencies. So it's actually quite an exciting thing. It's like a tsunami that is approaching the land. So I really think a lot of people are going to be shocked. On the ground, we are well received. Everywhere we go, everybody says, breath of fresh air, where have you been all this time? So indeed, and when we bring such freshness, being led by young people, these are innovators of tomorrow. So here are the people that are not tired, people that haven't got fatigue, people that are not going to sleep, not people that are busy thinking about their retirement packages, people that are looking into the future. So there you are.
Mr. Zungula, so we know what you don't want, because I think most people are busy explaining what we've seen and what they don't desire. What do you stand for in a nutshell? If you had to say, this is what the ATM represents, what does the party represent?
We are standing for transformation. Firstly, by the people who are in government, have a different people altogether who are in government. A few of our policy positions, firstly, we want to introduce a justice-based capital punishment system, because crime is the major...
Are we talking death penalty here?
Yes.
That's not Christian though, is it?
It is Christian. If you read the Bible, there's many instances where God has permitted the taking of another person's life if that person refuses to coexist with other people. There's so many scriptures in the Bible where God gives authority to government to effect that judgment. So without having a capital punishment system in the country, we'll see what we saw in Polokwane, where 15-year-olds will be killing old men, and they'll be proud about it. And we want to have a state where if a person wants to kill another person, they must not think twice, they must not think 3 times, they must think capital punishment times, because we can't have the value of another person's life being worth a cell phone, being worth a person's ego. Then on the economy front, we want to decolonize the economy, both on the macro as well as the micro level. But due to time constraints, I want to focus briefly on the micro economy. We want to create bylaws. In fact, we'll ensure there are bylaws that prohibit any foreign national from participating in the township, rural and inner city economies, because we want South Africans to own their economy, and we want to protect that space because young people need to participate in the micro level and be innovative there, then they can participate in the mainstream economy. So without having an economy that is owned and run by South Africans, this economy will not go anywhere. It will keep on being drained for years to come. Then on the last one, we want to introduce as well a labor convict system, because currently a person is taken to prison having wronged society, but they're not doing anything back to pay or to earn back their place to society. And you find that society is paying for these people's meals, for their accommodation and so forth. So we want them to work for the state for free, and we want them to work on farms and they produce fruit and vegetables that will be given to the poor, because everyone can say that the grants are not sustainable. Therefore, we need to introduce this system to supplement what we have, which is the grant system.
So work gangs coming back into play. Profile of the party faithful. Are they young? Are they mature? A mix? What do they look like?
It's a mix, but dominated by the young people. We've got all ages, all genders and all of that. So yeah, it's a well-mixed party.
Have they registered to vote? Because that was the other thing about young people.
Yeah, you know, actually this vote from the ATM is a vote that was already in existence. This is why it's going to shake. You see, all the polls that have been doing the rounds have miscalculated. They have not understood that you've just got a sea wave that has just changed. These are regular voters, massive millions of people that have now decided that enough is enough. We are tired of being tired. We want a party that is going to take us to the next level. And ATM is really that party.
How many seats are you hoping to get in Parliament?
When the people gave us a mandate, they said, we guarantee you that you'll win the elections, because as the people, as the supporting organizations, which is your religious organization, community-based organization, local-based political parties, when they were counting their numbers, they are the ones who said, you will win because we are supporting you. It's not like the party was formed by a group of people that want to advance whatever careers they want. It is a party that has been formed by the people. So by
200 plus?
Yes.
Just by way of example, one of the churches, I'll mention just one. One of the churches, of the many churches that we have, just one, TACC on its own has got around 7 million members on its own. Now, assuming not everybody there votes for us, at the worst case scenario, 5 million. At 5 million, we're already ahead of DA.
Yeah.
This is before we talk about other churches that are there. So we're very confident we're going to take this election.
Well, we shall be watching. The countdown is there. Mr. Zungula and Mr. Manyi, both of you, thanks very much indeed. And I'm sure we'll be chatting quite a bit more before May 8th. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Palesa?
Peter, thank you so much. Now, yes.